Hello, I'm Kevin Goodman. I'm with the Goodman team at EXP, and today I thought I would jump on real quick out here by my pond. And as you can see, it's pretty dry. Get a look at that end of it. It's probably 4 foot down. It's been hot in Texas. We're getting toward the end of August here, and hopefully in the next few weeks we'll start getting some breaks in this weather, but we've had a few record-breaking days. But I thought I'd jump on today and talk about buyers' apprehensions to sell. Or to buy, to move forward. Maybe even sellers' apprehensions to list. So our market the inventory's climbing a little bit. Where my micro market here in Ennis has about 85 houses available that don't have contracts, maybe 82. Anyway, that being said, people are a little apprehensive to go ahead and start looking again. Here's what I got to say about it. I hear people saying, well, I'm going to wait. I've got a really good investor friend that says, I'm going to wait on the market to crash. Well, the market's not going to crash. We're pretty stable at the moment. Zillow released their reports, which I'm not a big Zillow fan, but all the big financial institutions are that follow housing are releasing reports. And all of them were pretty modest. Thought we'd see some type of decline in values or appreciation. Zillow's report's actually saying through the end of 23 we'll see about a 5% appreciation. I think Goldman Sachs is a little less. I think they're talking 2.5% or 3%. But anyway, it's still an appreciation. We're not seeing a market crash. Now what we are seeing is a few foreclosures. So it'll make the market a little softer, maybe even make it where you can get a little bit better buy, but those are all going to come at a cost. They're going to come at, you buy a distressed property, and that distressed property is going to need some repairs, and you're going to put money into it. So if you buy something that's move-in ready, and a lot of people that have been holding off, we're not talking investors, we're talking people that are buying a house to live in it. You guys are holding off because you think that the interest rates are too high and the market's coming down. Well, interest rates are a little higher than they were. 2.5%, you can buy a lot more house than you can at 7%, but 7% is a lot better than 18%, which, back in the 80s, that was a relatively common thing, is you'd get an arm and it'd adjust up crazy numbers, and that's what caused all that foreclosure mess back then. Is we've seen all those crazy. Not that I did. I was crud back then. I was still in high school. But anyway, 08, I was part of that, and I was an agent as part of that. So that's kind of where I'm going with. I thought all of these comments about waiting on the market to crash. Well, for perspective, in Texas, right now, one in every nearly 5,000 houses is in foreclosures. The statistic is actually one in every 4,997 houses is in foreclosure in the Texas market. So, for contrast, 08, and I've got it right here, I've looked it up, in Texas, one in every 896 houses. You're talking almost 500% change in the two, or contrast to the two. So we're not headed for a crash. One house in every 5,000 going into foreclosure. That's what I'm looking at is a foreclosure rate. So one in every 4,997 is in foreclosure in Texas. In 08, it was one in every 896. Looking at across the entire U.S., back in 08, one in every 440 houses was in foreclosure. So that you get those kind of numbers, and you have enough for a crisis. When you're talking about 0.02%, less than a quarter percentage point of houses are in foreclosure across the nation. Right now, 1 in every 4,425. So according to the stats, 0.02%. So 0.2% of the houses in the U.S. are in foreclosure. We are not in a crisis, and we're not headed for a crisis. Interest rates hurt a little bit, but by the time you factor in appreciation, it's going to balance out. And if you're renting is 100% interest rate, meaning you get zero return on your spend. At least if you buy and you hold it long enough, it typically is about 5 years, but maybe it goes to 7 years. Right now they're saying our average hold time is about 10 years. That's been pretty much my average hold time. Is me and my wife about every 10 years we'll change houses. I don't think it'll take us that long this time. We plan on actually building something on our property here, overlooking our pond, but we're going to make that a little bigger before we, at least a little deeper, where it doesn't go get as low. You get a little deeper with your pond and actually stay cooler, and the cooler it stays, the less evaporation you have. So that's the grand plan here. Anyway, thought I'd jump on and share some stats with you and kind of give you a little encouragement. If you're thinking about buying, it's a great time to buy. If you're thinking about selling, well, I mean, the market's a little softer, but you're still going to get a fair rate for your house. Stop entertaining those wholesale deals and start listing them on the open market. Get a real price on your house. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. If this was any value to you, be sure and like and subscribe to our channel. I'm Kevin Goodman, my wife Stacy Goodman. We're the Goodman team with EXP. And again, if you're thinking about buying or selling, give us a call. Have a great day.